not the technical one, can't you?
That's it, you recorded.
Right, you're on, Karen.
All right.
Get your bit out the way.
Okay.
This better be good, by the way, after waiting all this time.
Yeah, so I don't know if it keeps up to the standard, to be honest. But yeah, there's two things basically. This week I'm trying to develop my funnel more on my website. So I feel like I've achieved quite a lot on that. And so before I was just mainly concentrating on blog, trying to get as many blogs out. But now I'm thinking, okay, so when they read the blog, what do I want the person to do? So I've been trying to make it more of an incentive for them to click. So using it more of a sales page and going more that direction. So I feel like I've achieved a few things because I didn't know how to do a bunch of stuff at the beginning of last week. And this week I've worked out a few things. So I've worked out that if you want to have like a free PDF to download when, you know, like a call to action bit at the bottom of your blog or something like that, you have to create a new page in your blog and then put the PDF into the blog. And then but then the next step is, okay, so you want them to be on your Aweber email list. There's like lots of different pieces that you have to kind of fit together. So you want to have the button so that when they click on the button, they get the download page, but they also get added to your list. And then they receive an email with the download as well. So you're covered. It sounds, I don't know, I thought it sounded easy at the beginning, but then I kind of ended up going down the rabbit hole and getting a bit lost.
Have you asked anyone, Karen, in any of the groups?
What often happens to me is I put the question out and then I figure out how to do it on my own. Yeah. And just the fact of trying to ask for help seems to help me figure it out on my own a lot of the time. Okay. So I thought, well, instead of spreading it everywhere, the question, and then figuring it out on my own and annoying people in the process, I'll just kind of put it out once and then see how far I get on my own. Yeah.
All right then.
I don't know.
I'll jump on this call.
Well, maybe you can share a screen or something if I've got Nita in here. Hey, Karen's trying to do something on. Go on, Karen, say it again.
So I'm developing my funnel, Anita. So basically, when they read my blog, then at the bottom of my blog, I want a call to action, like a subscription form, but it's to offer a free PDF download. So at first I thought, oh, that can't be that hard. It sounds like a really easy thing to do. But now I'm getting a bit lost about how to do it because I want them to click on the button and, they put the name and email in. They click on the button, they get subscribed to my list. They receive an email with a PDF download, but then you're like, well, okay, where do I put this download? It needs to be a link to somewhere. So then I thought, well, I'll create a new page in my blog, like on my website, that people can't see. It's not on the tabs or anything. Here is your free download, your free ebook. I've made a nice picture of the cover and everything. But yeah, then I can't get, so I wanted it so that when they click on the picture of the book, then that's where the download is. But I don't know how to link the image with the actual download, because you can put in the link straight onto the web page. Like if your book's not very big, it's okay to just load it on like you would an image, but you can't really join an image and the thing together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the other thing I wanted to do was when you click on the button, actually maybe that's easier, because when they click on the button, you can send them directly to you can use the website page as your thank you page, so then they go straight to the download. Am I talking gobbledygook, or does that
No, I was thinking, because I thought the way you were talking the first way round, I thought, yeah, that sounds really complicated. Try and look at it from a simple path. Anybody else got any ideas?
You lost me at PDF.
Let me just bring these two in. Bear with me.
I can show you my screen if you want to see.
I'm just trying to think. Do you know what? Because I've done a PDF.
Morning, Des.
Morning, Des.
Morning.
I'm trying to think. Des might be able to help.
So why couldn't you be here 5 minutes ago?
You could say it again, Karen.
What's the question?
Have you been, I don't see, did you go onto Facebook, the group yesterday? I posted a question in the group about adding a PDF file onto your subscription, like your call to action subscription at the end of a blog. And I was trying to work out how to do it. And I've half worked out how to do it, but not fully. Have you had any?
Surely it's just a link, isn't it? Because a
And
PDF,
that's what you'd think, isn't it?
well, PDF you can open in HTML and any web browser, pretty much.
But you've got to put it somewhere.
Deeds might have been
That link can't go behind that image on your blog, no?
I don't think so. Well, maybe it can. I just don't know how to do it.
Share your screen. Let's have a little look.
Hmm.
All right.
Deeds might have been able to help, but it's just gone. It's come and gone.
Right.
Well, I was waiting about 8 minutes to be accepted into the group today.
Yeah, well, Des, do you know why? Because I was absent on a phone call and someone was in charge.
Concentrate.
I came back and I thought, oh, there's 2 people trying to get in the group.
Right. Can you see my screen? You probably see my
can.
dashboard.
Yeah.
All right. So what I've done, these are all my pages. I've created a page called your free recipe book download.
Yeah.
And then on this page, I've got a little bit of writing. So this is basically what I'm using as my thank you page for when they click on the subscribe at the bottom. I can show you that.
This is nice. So you're giving them this straight off as a thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, I'm trying to improve my funnel so that it's a bit more attractive for people to subscribe, because they think, well, why should I subscribe? I can just go onto your page and look to see if there's another blog. Okay, this is a little bit small, but this is my book cover. So I worked out how to create it so it was in 3D after a lot of YouTube video watching.
Just ask Steve. He's got loads of book pictures on his site.
Yeah, he has. I was thinking of that, but then I worked out how to do it on my own. And I think, you know, it's got a shadow, look.
Yep.
So it's okay. That's okay. But what I wanted was for them to click on this to open it up. But then in the end, I've got a button. This button doesn't go anywhere at the moment because I'm not sure how to connect my PDF to this button. That's my problem.
You need Kirill Kostov, I think, on there.
Open the PDF file.
Well, there's nothing here. It's just an empty button.
No, I meant,
I've made it look pretty, but
I meant the actual ebook.
Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, I've just clicked on this, and because I clicked on a little box before that said do automatic download. So I know it's possible, but I don't know where to put because at the bottom of my screen, it's got download, but there's no file in it. So there must be somewhere to put it. Okay, the PDF. Goodness, where did I put it? It's not finished either, by the way.
You might have to just produce another page, copy what's in your PDF into your page, and then put the link to that page, but don't have that page showing on your site.
But then it would open the page rather than the link, wouldn't it? So they'd have to go through another page.
Ah, yeah, because you want them to download it. Yeah, you need a storage facility of some sort, don't you?
Yeah. Well, there must be a way of connecting it to the button, I think.
The link will give you the download, but you've got to know where to put the download for them to retrieve it.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that I haven't covered at all, in all honesty. It is something I'm interested in.
Okay.
Having joined...
Maybe just some more fiddling around and I'll get there.
Karen, reach out to Mark Ford.
Yeah, Mark would know.
Oh, that's true.
No, he does all that. He added our videos on and everything, didn't he? The whole webinar.
Oh, these are
Yeah.
Maybe Stuart can help. He's a Billy the Whiz with all this. Morning, Stu.
Any good with
What?
PDF download, Stuart?
A PDF download. What do you mean? You want somebody to be able to download the PDF?
Yeah, I want to connect it to a button. But my problem is, where do I put it?
I
Like,
put
where
mine
does
in
it exist?
Drive.
Drive,
When I've
yeah.
done that, I've put it in Drive, and then when they click on it, you provide the link that allows them to download it directly from Drive.
So you need to give them permission to enter your Drive.
Yeah, you just put the settings as anybody can view the document who has the link. You just get rid of the privacy. Just make it open to anyone who has the link.
Okay, that's an option. And I suppose Dropbox would be the same theory as well, wouldn't it? Another option.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can see I'm going to get there with a bit more fiddling. So
Yeah.
Did you think of attaching the PDF to your email?
yes, I did think of that.
That's how we've done it in the past. We've just sent it out via an email.
But what I wanted was to do, so I wanted it to be an immediate download, but then the first email in the Aweber list is going to be, here's your download. But then you still need it. You can only put a link. You still need to put the actual PDF somewhere.
Can you? I don't know if you can do this in Aweber, but I know sending normal emails, you can just attach stuff. If you've got a file, you can attach the file and send the file.
Oh, I see.
As part of your.
But then you have the issue, maybe because it's your first email, does that get spammed?
Don't know.
Yeah, well, Karen, can't you do a welcome literally and then put in Aweber in 30 seconds, send this. That's what I do. So my first email goes out saying, welcome to SFM, congratulations on signing up, blah, blah. Your workshops will be in your inbox now. And literally I have a wait for like 20 seconds. And then the second email goes straight to them, which is the workshop series one.
Yeah, I could do that, I suppose.
And then at least you're into the inbox with no links or anything on that first one.
Yeah.
And then they're looking for the second one. And it should have arrived by the time they've read your first one.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea.
I think Aweber can store things like that, especially in the campaigns.
Well, it can't be any bigger than an image when you think about it, if it's only a short written document.
Yeah. I'm just thinking another way. I think Facebook also hold documents for you as well, but I think you have to have a business account in Facebook to do that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll figure it out. I can feel it. I'm so close.
I've never done it that way. I've only ever done it as a link in an email, but that is nicer because it's easier on the eye and they know what to do. Because sometimes when you send an attachment or anything, people don't realise, especially if they're not tech people, don't realise how to open things, do they? But when you send things out like that, so we've got an ebook which goes out every now and again to our list, which is all about starting an online business. And like yours, nice cover on it, very similar design. And the amount of people come back commenting on how wonderful it is, because it's like you've taken the time to write this book for them and really get some engagement with it. So that should bring you some, should get you some people interacting a bit with you sending. How many recipes?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some more leads. I've only got 9 leads, and most of them are friends or family, to be honest. So.
How many recipes are in there, Karen?
Say that again.
How many recipes are in your book?
I'm still making it. At the moment, it's kind of a backpacking trail snack book. So it's like cakes and flapjacks and biscuits and things that you can take as snacks when you're going hiking for a few days. So I thought for the first one, because every one I'm doing, then you've got to make it, take pictures, write the recipe. It's actually like a lot more laborious than what you think, and you have to eat a lot of cake. So.
You need Steve.
Yeah, I need more than me.
I'll give you a hand.
Going out walking a lot, trying to burn off the cake.
I know where you're coming from, Karen. I used to use my old an old camera now, an Nikon F50 it was, and I used to do food photography, bought all the food photography books, how to do it. And the sole purpose of that, while I was cooking these recipes for the customers, I used to set aside a little bit of time under the hot lights, you know, as you do when you've only got seconds to get your dish out. And I'd do all these photographs, and I've got absolutely thousands of them. But it was to actually go into a book. We were going to publish a book on the Seven's restaurant recipes.
It's such a good, if you can do it while you're working in a kitchen. I mean, I've taken quite a few pictures before, but I scroll back through my photos and they're never quite the exact recipe that you want. You know, that you just vary things a lot, don't you? You really, we're creative people. We tend to kind of, you don't repeat exactly the same necessarily. You tweak it and add things. So, but this one I wanted to do, I was thinking about, I don't know, between 4 and 6 recipes, just keep it short and sweet. Make them all very easy to make. So if they're not cooks, they'd still be easy to do, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't want to spend your whole weekend cooking when you want to be out hiking. So
no, exactly. But it's good. I like the idea. And again, like you said, it's the value there. You're giving the value right from the off of joining your list, and you're enticing them to come and sign on your list rather than just wait for your next blog. Yeah. And then of course, like, you're giving them everything for free, but you want them to come ideally and give them your name and email.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the other thing was, so when you've got them on your Aweber list, because I've got one for SFM videos, one for just receiving the blog and more hiking based, and then I thought I'd create another one where they get the initial one with the recipe book, but then move them over to the blogging one afterwards, so they receive the blogs.
Yeah.
Then I was considering adding in some more emails, so they're not just blogs that they're receiving, but you know, try and build my list a bit. But it seems a bit silly if there's only a few people on it. I need more people to write to.
It'll come. You've just got to keep working at it, haven't you? Yeah. And eventually it takes, and then it's word of mouth. Then they'll say, "Oh, I'm on this thing," and
exactly.
And make sure you write. You know, if you're enjoying please share. You know, to your friends, your family, other people who are interested in this type of subject. And
I think the thing to work on, Karen, is get more leads, and then you can do your book. You're kind of reverse engineering your whole system.
I know, and it's taking so long to get the blog out because I've written a blog that's perfect for, and you know, following on from what I just said, here's a free recipe book talking about. But I finished the blog and I'm ready to post it, but I need to finish the recipe book so that I can put it on the end. And I don't want to post the blog before I have the PDF on it, because then people read it. The incentive won't be there to come back later. And you know what I mean?
It's almost like you're building the showroom, but you've got no cars to put in it. It's just, you need your customers.
It's all back to front, And just if I can quickly say, while I've got the floor, my accountability partner sadly decided that blogging wasn't for her, and she's decided to come out of SFM. So I'm looking for a new accountability partner. If anybody,
Deej just keeps popping up and out like Mr. Ben at the moment. I don't know where he keeps going. So when Deej comes back for the 3rd time, you can ask Deej maybe, Karen.
I thought he was in
Hello, Mr. Ben.
I was listening. I was just looking at this link thing, Karen, seeing if I could make any sense of it. And maybe I can. Maybe I can. Okay. I don't know yet, so I don't want to sort of go on here because I'm just experimenting. But from what I've just seen, I think there may be some hope.
All right.
Karen wants to ask you out on a date, not a date, sorry.
Listen, I've already asked Karen out on a date and she's rejected me already.
She's looking
she probably doesn't realize how much it hurt, but you know.
No, exactly, mate. Rejection.
But I've decided I'll give her a second chance. What do you want, Karen?
You're making me go red.
I actually heard. All right, I'll make it easy for you. I actually heard you're after a blogging accountability partner. Is that right? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So that you're not absolutely on the spot here, send me a message afterwards if you're interested, because I'd be happy to join you there.
Okay. I just need someone to keep me a bit on track and tell me off if I haven't done what I said I was going to do, you know.
That's I can do that if you like.
Real.
Nice
right,
one,
we'll
dude.
talk then.
Drop me a message out of Zoom and we'll have a chat about it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Dating service now, goodness me.
I know. You see, this is how Stuart Ross started, wasn't it?
In the dating agency, yeah.
If you don't ask, you don't get, Karen. So nice one for being vulnerable there. And sorry for embarrassing you as well. I didn't.
Yeah, I got to just.
Yeah.
laugh
Calm
it
down, yeah. Mind you, DJ's a bit of a hottie, isn't he? So.
I'm told with this scar down my face. That's really sexy.
Oh yeah. Scarface. Al Pacino.
That's to get bigger apparently, but there you go.
Oh dear, I don't know. So I wanted actually to just reach out to Eamon as well this morning before I forget, because Eamon sent me an email yesterday. I think it was Eamon.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't remember. Go on, tell everyone what you mentioned in that email about what you were facing and.
Yeah, I've been trying to produce my first videos for YouTube, and I've probably got far too into it and tried to be really technical and get all the right equipment and get the right lighting and get the right script and everything else. So I've been downloading teleprompters and all this sort of stuff. And I spent 6 hours yesterday producing video after video after video, and I was trying to get my script absolutely faultless and get the lighting right and get the audio correct. And at the end of the day, 6 hours later, I was just, my results were hopeless. And I dropped a response to Anita and sort of tearing my hair out saying, you know, where do we go from here? And I think your advice, Anita, was just keep it simple and don't worry about all the technical stuff. But I find it just very difficult. I'm not confident at all about speaking on video and putting something up on YouTube, certainly, that is going to be my sort of you know, my route to happiness, that's going to generate all these leads and all this income, when the results are, I'm just so disappointed in the results. So it was a bit of a sort of tear your hair out moment, but also thinking, well, yes, I'll go back to the start and maybe try and just keep it simple. But you know, that video is my sort of you know, mini post thing. So yeah, so really any advice on where I go from here? You know, I was very disappointed in the results and trying perhaps to be a bit too precise with everything.
I think we can all relate to that, Eamon, starting out, because we see everyone in the tribe doing their various vids, and you see some of them will post the results of what they've produced, and you'll sit and think, I need to do that. And so yes, you will need your teleprompter, definitely, because if you want to try and learn your script, then that's fine. But if you're anything like me, I was stood in front of the camera trying to learn that script for days on end leading up to it, got in front of the camera, looked like an absolute, like a dummy, because in my head, I'm going through the lines, so there was no expression on the face, and I would never be an actress. So as soon as I found the teleprompter, and you can read that teleprompter, then you can because you're a bit more relaxed then, and you can look away and glance back and have pointers and things on your teleprompter. But yeah, just don't go all guns blazing right at the start. There's no need to. I'm going to pick on Stuart, actually, because Stuart is very confident on camera.
Who, me?
You are.
What? No.
Shock horror.
Stuart's my video buddy, so we're partnering up. So it's going to teach me some tricks of the trade.
Yeah, we became accountability buddies through Dan Holloway's Scrap the 9 to 5 group, and we then promptly missed our first accountability session the next week. But no, I think we're in the same spot, Eamon and I. We're just both trying to launch our first YouTube ads, and I wanted to ask a question, which I'll ask a bit later. Well, when I finish saying what I'm going to say now, if that's all right. But Eamon, what I would do, I mean, the only way that I have managed to get, I think, as comfortable as I feel in front of the camera is because even before I launched my website, I got into my head that I wanted to launch a YouTube channel. And I've spent since probably September making videos, trying to make a video every week. And I started launching them in December, started putting one video a week on. I started with 4 the first week, which took me like 2 months to produce. And then I've been making 1 a week. And I think there's been a massive improvement. The only way to get good at it is to practice. It's as simple as that. I'm with Anita. I've tried to do things with like notes, sat on my knee and then look at the notes and then look up and try and do it that way. But I find I make loads more mistakes, which means it's more work when I'm editing. And I use a teleprompter. I know sometimes you can look a little bit glassy-eyed and a little bit like you're there trying to read, because obviously you are trying to read it as it goes up. But the more you practice with it, again, the more natural you become, the more expressionate you become. You realize that you've not got to look like you're reading. You've got to try and look as if you're just having a conversation with the person you're trying to connect with. But it's all down to practice. I'm afraid for me, there's no shortcuts. It just comes through doing it week in, week out. And I've only been doing it since December, really. Well, having the pressure of having to produce 1 video every week since December. And it's now Tuesday. I usually post on a Thursday, and this week I haven't done anything so far. And yeah, I'm shitting myself a bit because I'm now thinking I've got to think of the idea, I've got to write the script, I've got to record it, I've then got to edit it, then I've got to upload it, I've got to do the subtitles, I've got to do the thumbnail, I've got to do, But the more you do it, the quicker it gets. It used to take me a week to go from idea to finished product uploaded. Now I can probably do it in 2.5 days. But I still feel like, or I was feeling like, oh, that's too much time I'm taking out of my working week. I've got to concentrate more on my business. But then I took Anita's advice. I joined Scrap the 9 to 5, and I did the YouTube training with Dan Holloway, how to set up the channel with the Google Ads account and all of that. And then I started trying to write my ad, and I did the stuff with Caroline, the launchable ads stuff. And I think that would be really good for you if you haven't done it, because she kind of makes you realize that you don't have to strive for perfection. You've just got to get something that is going to connect with someone to make them click a button to download, to get some free videos. You're not having to sell SFM. Stuart Ross does that. And I realized then, once I started writing the script for my ad, I thought, well, I haven't been wasting my time doing a YouTube video every week, because now I was able to write the script in a few days. I was able to record it in 1 day, and then I've edited it in a couple of days. I've added the B-roll and everything else. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect, because I don't feel like it is at all. It's only my first ad. And I reached out to Danny Ham as well a couple of weeks back to ask about accountability as well, the CTA 90-day thing they're doing. And he told me, he said, well, you just got to get something out there, because my ad that's working for me now is ad number 50.
Yeah.
He says, this is the 50th ad I've recorded. So I'm in the same stage as you. Probably I feel more comfortable producing the ad, but I'm at that stage now where I know it's probably not great, but I've just got to get it out there and then tweak it and play with it until I get the one that really works. But it's just all down to practice. And if I can help you with anything, on the production side of it, then just let me know. I mean, I'm no expert. I only learned myself just watching YouTube videos and playing around with stuff, producing a video every week. But it's basically comes down to practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
But if I can help you with anything, then of course, just let me know.
Nice one, Stu.
Yeah, I'm going to have another attempt this afternoon. So maybe I'll share with you, Stuart, tomorrow. You can see my first results and comment accordingly.
Sure. Well, I'll do the same as well. I mean, I don't think mine's brilliant by any means. but at least I've got something now, and I think, well, the only way I'm going to find out if it's any good is by throwing some money at YouTube and actually launching it. And
Yeah.
seeing.
Have you got it ready, Stuart? Can you share a little bit of it now? Or?
I could share it. I'll be embarrassed as hell, but I'd love to hear what you think, because you might say it's shite, and I might think, oh fuck, I got to go back to the drawing board, but I don't know. So, and I've no idea how to share screens. I'm rubbish with Zoom. But
How long is your video, mate? How long is it, Stu?
It's 5 minutes. But I mean, if you just want me to share a minute or two or whatever, that's fine, or whatever.
Go on, we'll have a nosy. Have a look at the bottom of your screen. You've got a share screen button.
Everything's in Spanish. Hang on a minute, everything's in Spanish. Let me put you on full screen, that might help.
Edmund, also, maybe it's not as bad as you think it is, because we're all our worst critics, aren't we?
We are.
No, it was bad.
I'd agree with you. But,
Another tip, Eamon.
Compartir.
This is Bob.
Share screen.
Yeah.
Eamon, this is Bob. That's who I talk to when I'm doing my videos.
Okay.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
We can. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look then. Where is it? It's.
Did you share sound?
No.
Oh, we forgot about that bit, didn't we?
Hang on. Let's go back.
If you, that's it. Now share screen again, and as you go through to that screen, once you've hit the button, there's another button you can click which says share sound.
Ah, yeah.
You have to tick the box first.
So do I put optimize for video clip as well, or?
Don't think I've ever clipped that one. I've only ever done the sound one.
Okay, I'll just leave it as sound for now and see what you think.
Put you on the spot this now.
See, you never stop learning, Eamon, because we want our next ad. I think I mentioned this in the email reply yesterday. I said our next ad is going to be all singing, all dancing. It's going to be subtitled, B-rolled to hell. It's going to be a real super duper film epic.
It's got written down all the B-roll there.
Is what we've decided on.
Yeah.
And but some of the stuff I want to do with it, I don't know how to do it. So I'm now going through Rude's training in the In Focus recordings in the back office on Filmora, because we use Filmora because we're on Windows. And I'm going through that, learning little tips every now and again with what he's going through. But there's like a year of training with Rude. I won't have time to go through it all, but I'm just going to pick bits that I know I need, and we'll apply those then. But a lot of the stuff comes with practice, like Stuart was saying, and the more you get in there and start using your editing, all your software, the easier it gets, and it becomes second nature. And then once you've learned that bit and you're pretty good at it, you then start moving on and learning other things yourself, and you naturally just start investigating things and getting curious about what all these different buttons do, and you just get to play, and then you realize that you've learned an awful lot.
And you might get lucky with the first one. So if Stuart's is an absolute belting advert, we can all just kind of like first engineer Stuart.
Well, we'll see. just tell me when to stop when you've had enough of it. Okay. I won't be
off you go. Let's see.
I won't be hurt.
If you're someone that finds that the way you earn money is problematic in your life, then see whether making money online is right for you by clicking the Access Now button under this video to receive free workshops direct to your inbox to introduce you to ways that you can make money online. So if you're tired of being in a job that doesn't fulfill you, then you're probably feeling demotivated and maybe a little bit fed up with how your life's turned out so far. And if you don't solve this problem, then you could end up feeling apathetic or even worse, depressed. But did you know that you can start making money online and create an income based around your interests? Something you find rewarding that could give you a fresh outlook on life and a brighter future. Click the Access Now button below to receive the free video workshops that show you the steps you need to take to start an online business related to your passion or interest and create a better tomorrow starting today. Once you receive the workshops, you can watch them all straight away or else watch them as and when at your own pace. you'll learn about the different types of online business opportunities that are available, so that you can decide which one's right for you and get started right away if you want to. In the first video, you learn about how you can earn money online by promoting other people's products and services with something called affiliate marketing. Just imagine for a minute being able to earn recurring commissions for recommending products and services that you already use and enjoy. In video 2, you'll see how you can make money selling physical products on the internet without having to invest money up front on a warehouse full of stock, and how companies like Amazon can do the heavy lifting for you whilst you concentrate on generating traffic and sales using various types of marketing like blogs, websites and social media. And the final video shows you exactly how you can start building your own online business today, regardless of whether you've got any relevant experience or technical know-how, as you find out the first steps or the ABC of making money online. So click the Access Now button below to receive the free video workshops and learn how you can get started making money online. So will you continue selling your time for money in an unfulfilling job that keeps you away from your loved ones all day? Or are you open to a different way of doing things? I remember being where you are not so long ago, actually feeling really unhappy with my life, and then feeling guilty because it was affecting my relationships with my family. Working long, exhausting hours, not earning what I thought I was worth, but putting up with it because I didn't know about the opportunities that are available to make money online. I'll be honest, I was miserable, and I knew that if I didn't make a change, I'd almost certainly end up depressed, which wouldn't just be bad for me, but bad for those around me as well. And when I looked for solutions, that wasn't exactly straightforward either. Firstly, because I couldn't just quit my job and start something completely different, but also because there's so many people on the internet offering this and that. How do you know who you can trust? Like anybody, I didn't want to get ripped off or taken for a ride. But thankfully, I saw an advert similar to this one, clicked on it, and I watched these workshops that I'm offering to you now. After watching them, I took action and got started learning the skills needed to make money online and launching my own business while still working my day job. This not only allowed me to create an additional income stream, it's also led me to being able to work on something that I'm really passionate about. And this has completely changed the way I feel. Now I'm so much happier, more positive about my life, because I can clearly see a future where I'm in control of how, where and when I work, where I can spend more time with the people that matter in my life, and I've no longer got to sell my time for money doing something that was exhausting me and making me unhappy. So click the Access Now button below to receive the free video workshops that will show you how to start making money online. They're completely free and you can watch them whenever suits you. See how easy it is to start making additional income streams doing something that you actually enjoy? And if for any reason you don't like what you see, then the only thing it will cost you is a little bit of time. But if any of what you've heard so far has connected with you on any level, then I suggest you watch these videos, because they're going to open your eyes to some life-changing opportunities. So to finish, I just want to say thanks for watching. I do appreciate your time, and I hope that you'll get real value from the workshops, which you're going to get delivered direct to your inbox by clicking the Access Now button below. And just like they've helped me and thousands of others besides, I really hope they can help you.
Right.
Nice one.
Stop sharing then, Stu.
Okay.
Right, anyone got feedback?
Nice
Look,
one.
if that app doesn't bring lead, I don't know what will. That's brilliant.
First ad.
First ad,
That's absolutely brilliant.
I
I
keep
agree with
saying
this, that was
press the
very
button,
professional.
press the button, press the button. Basically, just keeping
Yeah.
all that. Just, you know, they say. I mean, I've heard from somewhere they say if you get them to say, if you say 6 or 7 times to press the button, then they're much more likely to than if you just say it once or twice. And I've just realised that I haven't done that with my video.
You don't want to overdo it.
I got told it had to have 5 times, 5 calls to action. That's what Caroline says.
Yeah. You feel yourself like it's too many, but don't forget as well, not everyone will watch your video right the way through to the end. Most of them get to about halfway And once you're up and advertising, you'll see after 25%, there's a big drop off, and then 50% another drop off. So very few get right to the end anyway. So it doesn't matter you've got 5 call to actions, because it's a very minority of people that actually get right the way through.
The most I've ever had in 1 week watching the whole video is 9%.
Yeah.
And that's the most I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know it's low, so it doesn't matter. It feels odd for us telling people over and over again, click the button, click the button, click the button. But yeah, the only thing I would do on your next one, Stu, and this comes from Dan. Dan always says to try and use so when you say click the button and tell them what they're going to do. So just click the button below, fill in your details, and you'll go through to a page to fill in your details, and you can show them your landing page, because quite often they like to see what they're going to go to next, and then if they click the button and they see that page, they know they're in the right place. So quite often that's what Dan will say to you, just show a little image of your landing page in your video at some point. But I mean, you don't need to go editing now. I think that was fine. You got your story out, and like you said, get it out there and start getting some data on it.
It's a good qualifying one as well at the start. The first 30 seconds, you knew exactly what it was. It was a business people were going into.
Yeah.
You can see that you've done the training and actually putting it into action. Your structure's all there. Your message is totally there and on point. You've got your repeated call to action. I think it's really, really good. The only one thing I would think about is the music, because you just got that kind of the same music dogging on all the way through, and that was maybe a little bit distracting for me. And something that Des mentioned to me last week is that some of the best stuff he's seen was where the music actually changes to suit what you're saying. So the mood of the music can change to suit the mood of your content, because the mood of your content changes throughout the video. But that's the only thing I changed. That I think it was brilliant. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I throw in a couple of comments as well? I mean, great, sure. I really thought it was very, very good. It shows that you've followed Caroline's suggestions as well. And the one thing that it's made me realise, so I'm glad that you showed it, made me realise that I'm actually trying to sell the course, and that's not actually what we should be concentrating on. So you've done what I've not done, which I think I'm going to be doing from now on, is actually trying to just push them towards the workshop and explain exactly what the workshop is, rather than trying to sell them what the product is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what I got from watching this stuff with Caroline, because I was thinking, well, I've got to try and sell. She says, don't try and sell this ideal lifestyle. You're not trying to sell that. You're just trying to get somebody to click to get the videos. Stuart Ross sells the lifestyle and the actual product.
So that's something I've learned. That's something that I've learned from just watching yours, is that I've been concentrating too much and trying to tell them about the course rather than just about clicking on for the workshop.
And I was going to say exactly the same.
Oh, the only other thing I would say, I don't know whether it's something that Caroline mentions, but it seems to be a few people have said it, is to have some sort of a countdown at the end. So rather than your video just stopping abruptly, is to have just a few seconds after. I think all of my ones have like a 10-second countdown at the end with a few images of the workshops. I don't know whether it's something that's needed, but they do suggest it. For what reason, I'm not entirely sure.
Yesterday, I was watching YouTube, and one of Dan's videos came up, and he had that countdown thing on the end.
Yeah.
And he just did 5 seconds, and then there was like a clear button to click on.
Which it compels you to press.
Yeah, because
you know the video is going to come to an end. You're not decided whether you want to see it go any further or not. And that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 makes sod it.
That's it, yeah.
We've done that. We've done the countdown. We've also done the main ad that probably most of you came in off, which was Steve's with all the B-roll and the music and everything. That one. That just had a very long slow motion video at the end of people running and jumping into a pool. with the big delay on the end there, which gave you time to think about it and think about your own life, and isn't that what you'd love to be able to do? And
our next ads, we're going to interview each other, and we're going to ask each other like 4, maybe 5 questions, and then it's just going to free flow a little bit more naturally, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I'll hopefully be doing it without my glasses on. So that's a bit of a giveaway because you can see the teleprompter in your glasses sometimes.
What are you laughing at, Dad?
I'll just imagine you two starting an argument during the video.
Probably be our best advert, Des, to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't forget to get the free advertising in there with your beer. Just make sure you get the name of the beer on the glass properly.
Right? I've got an affiliate link to that beer. That's why I put it in. I'm not stupid, you know.
That really cracked me up yesterday.
And what's people's opinion on captions in the video? Do you need to have captions or?
Absolutely needed. Definitely.
The reason being that from my personal experience, about 80% of the people that look at my videos are actually on their mobile phone. Now, when you're on your mobile phone and you're not necessarily in a quiet environment, then people will actually be reading what's being said as opposed to actually listening to what's being said. So it gives them the opportunity to actually see your message if they can't necessarily hear it.
There's one survey I read a few weeks back actually say 63% of people actually listen in silence. So they don't even have the volume on their phones. So they read the videos they're watching.
Me too.
Having said that, our last video has got no subtitles, no music. It's just us two in the garden, and it's done as well.
You're talking about subtitles then when you say captions?
Yeah.
Captions that relay your narrative, not subtitles saying free workshop, but the actual captions that repeat what you're saying.
I would say you probably need them. A majority of people in SFM will put them on. And also, don't forget, you are advertising potentially to the world. You know, once you've done your UK, and don't forget, you've got different accents in the UK, and it's difficult to understand some people sometimes, depending on what county they're from. So
yeah, because if you're from up north, hey.
Exactly.
Where we talk proper.
Yeah. So that if you've got your subtitles, it helps with accents as well, regional accents.
Well, 80% is on mobile phones, so it's definitely, you do need, well, who am I to say and judge you need subtitles, but I think it helps anyway.
You can trial it. You can do, I mean, our first ad without subtitles was the ones we did through COVID. And we just said, we're going to keep this really plain and simple, no subtitles, no B-roll, because if people are watching it thinking, I might have to do that, we'll just do it as the basic ad. And it's done as okay, that ad. It's not been the best ad. The best ad has been pre-COVID, and it was all movie B-rolled up and all the music and everything. But that ad fell flat on its face when we hit COVID because it wasn't relevant, the storyline anymore. It might get back to be able to use it again in a few months' time when people are starting to go back into hopefully a bit of normality. But we've got a new script done, and we're looking now we've got the B-roll kind of sorted, and we're going to put some real dramatic music on it and just go for it and see where it might fall flat on its face, don't know. But this is what split testing is all about. You just keep putting your ads out, and you'll get one that does reasonably well, and you'll keep it, and then you'll tweak it a bit, and then it'll get better and better and better. And then you put another one out thinking it's wonderful, and it'll fall flat in its face.
This is my next question. Split testing. Now, what I've done is I've recorded 8 different intros to that one. Only very, very slightly different. Instead of saying earning money online, I maybe say start an online business. Or maybe the first phrase is, are you fed up with your job? Or do you find that the way you earn money causes you more problems than solutions? So just little tweaks. But I wanted to know, when you're split testing, so let's say I've got 2 slightly different ads. The main body of the ad is the same, but I'm trialing a different intro. Do I then have to put them both as in 2 separate campaigns for example, let's say I want to target the UK. I want to target for £10 a day. So I would have to do one campaign with advert 1 at £10 a day to the UK, and alongside that at exactly the same time, advert selling £10 a day to the UK, and then check the data after 1 week, for example. Is that how it works?
That's the easiest way to do it, the most straightforward, because then you can see which campaign is bringing in your results. You can do 2 ad groups, different ad groups under one campaign, but it gets complicated with tracking and knowing exactly where your leads have come from, knowing which ad group they've come from, when it's under the umbrella of one campaign. But the easiest thing and the most straightforward, and you can keep an eye on all your costing, is to do one up against another one. Just keep your campaigns separate.
Yeah, to add to that, I think from what I've seen, because you're actually allocating a budget to a campaign, even if you have loads of different ad groups in there, you're not entirely sure how the money's being used.
No.
So you can't be sure that your ad that looks like it's actually performing better is actually the better ad. The only way of possibly knowing that is by having them in completely separate campaigns with exactly the same budget, so you know exactly how they're performing against each other.
Yeah, because Google takes control over your campaign, otherwise your budget, and it spends them on the ad groups. And if it thinks that ad group's doing better, it'll put all your money on that ad group and leave this one dry. And then you don't know if that one would have took off had it had a bit more time. But Google's now favouring this one because it's getting you more leads, which is what you want. But doesn't necessarily mean that's going to get you more sales. So you're better having separate.
Is a week a good time as a trial period?
Personally, I'd say 14 days.
You need at least a week for the campaign and the algorithms to get going. So a week is to sort Google out. And yeah, I would say with Des, I wouldn't go on a timeline. I'd go on what your budget is and what you know you can cope with spending with your budget to see what results you get. Now, if you've spent like a few £100 and you've got absolutely, well, I mean, Dan will always say things like, if you spend £30 and you've got no leads whatsoever, that campaign's dead in the water, scrap it. But if you've spent £30 and you've started getting conversions through, keep it running, keep it running, keep it running. And then the next thing you're looking for, if you spent 300 and you haven't had any sales, then start looking into what you can do to master that and tweak it, make it better. But then that's when you'll see which campaign is doing the better, and you can stop one and concentrate on bettering the one that is getting the results in. It's just fine tuning all the way you go.
Yeah, but you're always trialing 2 slightly different ads at the same time in different campaigns.
Yeah.
And you would have the same keywords for each one. If for example you're only tweaking the intro, let's say, you keep the same keywords, everything the same, just the one thing you change at a time.
Yeah, build one template. I was going to say build one template in Google Ads, and then you can just, every time you start a new campaign, your template will automatically be there. So all you got to do is just put your keywords in and stuff like that. But
now,
make sure they're exactly the same. Otherwise, you won't be able to tell a difference. Change one keyword, and you might find one ad is then taking £15 to get a lead, whereas the other one's getting a lead every £5.
And now the keywords. How many are you supposed to put? I mean, when I've watched Dan Holloway do his training, all he's ever banged on about is Tony effing Robbins. You know, that's the only thing he's ever written as his keyword. Now, I don't know, are you better with more keywords, less keywords? Is online business a no-no because it's just completely saturated? Is there any training anywhere that kind of gives you ideas about keywords?
You can have anything, Stuart. I mean, a mate of ours, Mike Jakes, uses keywords like pickled onion monster munch, things like that.
Why wouldn't you? I mean,
exactly. You just don't know. It's like gaming videos. If you do little keywords on gaming videos, you get a load of them in, or cars and stuff like that.
It's all up to you. I mean, different horses.
There's no limit, no.
No, is it Greg and Fiona Scott that use 500? and then weed out the ones that aren't producing.
Weed, yeah, it's like Jake's has thousands, literally hundreds and hundreds of keywords, and he just leaves them all in there now because he's too busy.
He thinks of a keyword and puts it into his phone on his.
Yeah, because he goes real into like people to do with yachting, so he goes
Boating and stuff
into parts of yachts and things like that as keywords. But I mean, the way he targets people is different to what you're being trained with SFM. Mike comes at it. Mike goes for anybody, literally put in front of anybody, any cold traffic. He just goes in front of, in the hope that he'll get one strong person out of thousands come in, and he spends a lot of money doing that. Or you try and go to your avatar and you might pay a little bit more initially up front because you're competing with a few others who are maybe similar, you know, going for the online business keywords, but they're more of a hot lead than somebody who's coming off pickle, onion, monster munch. You know, that type of thing.
You can check this on TubeBuddy though, Stuart, can't you? You can actually target in specifically, especially if you pay a little bit of money with the TubeBuddy extra one. You can actually get their keywords and snoop on everybody.
Yeah, I mean the other extreme is Christian Beer, who's obviously very successful in what he does. He has one keyword: money.
Yeah,
that's all he uses.
Yeah,
I don't use any.
Our campaign has only got one in, but it's not one keyword, it's a phrase, and it's start an online business.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's our keyword.
It's congruent with your advert then, and everything with your funnel then, your landing page, everything.
And that's brought us leads in from and you know, well, members. It's brought us members in from that. We've had member sales with that keyword.
So the more keywords you have, the broader your reach is going to be. Your ads are going to get put in front of more people.
Yeah.
So the more keywords, you're probably going to get more cold traffic.
Yeah.
Well, you see Mike Jakes on the leaderboard, he's smashing everything at #1 at the moment. I haven't been on for a few days, but his philosophy is you get a big wide net, you're going to get thousands of tiddlers, but you will get that salmon. That's how he does it.
That's how he talks when he comes on any training or anything. But, you know, if you've got a budget...
His budget's enormous though, isn't it?
Hey?
His budget is enormous though,
He's got a huge budget now because he's made his money. I mean, he has earned an absolute fortune here as an affiliate, and now he's really upscaled, and I think he's on about 15 grand a month on his budget at the moment, and he's just rocking that leaderboard. But I mean, Dan at one point was spending how much was Dan spending?
25,000.
25 grand. And he went on, when he went away on his 25 grand a month advertising, he was earning 60 grand a month plus. So 25 was nothing to advertise. And then he went off traveling the world for a year. This is after he'd got some traction, obviously. And he brought his budget down. He made me laugh because we were on a call with him one day and he goes, yeah, well, I just dropped my campaigns down, my budget down to 7 grand a month. And we were like, oh my God, 7 grand a month. We'd be lucky if we're on 1,000. But, you know, it's all relevant to what you're earning. So if you're earning 60 grand a month on your affiliate commissions, then you don't mind spending 25k, do you?
Sure.
But yeah, so there you go. So just start small and just keep split testing. So, I mean, fabulous that you've got 8 different hooks to go in front of your video. So Eamon, there's something for you. When you're happy with a script and you've got a good, well, for everyone really, once you've got your script and you put all that blood, sweat and tears into your script over hours and hours, go and get yourself a few different hooks at the start. So literally the intro at the beginning, because you've got 30 seconds on a YouTube advert to engage with them. And what you're trying to do is get people to click away from your advert within the first 30 seconds, because otherwise it costs you money for them to sit and watch your video.
That's why we dropped the cartoon ads, because everyone was curious, they were watching them. Yeah.
So literally your job is right near the beginning, and Stuart says it straight off, but basically it's like an online business, and click the button below to find out more about these workshops. He's already saying right at the start, this is about online business, and if you don't like it, click away. And a lot of people will click away and that's your results for you, because you don't want them staying watching that bit.
Yeah, I've got that in the first 30 seconds. Don't watch if you're not interested, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, you just literally, you never know what's going to resonate with somebody and what isn't. We're all different, you know, we all have different opinions and different people we resonate with and different energies on camera.
Before we get going, it's going to have to go soon. It's on our In Focus call. I'd like to welcome in Luke Hunningham, because I just want to say hi to you, Luke. Luke's our very last member who's come in. Literally wasn't that long ago, Lou, was it,
a few
mate?
days ago, wasn't it, Luke?
I think it was about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. Very brave of you to come out when you've just joined. I hope all this hasn't been too over your head. Hopefully some of it will kick in later on, maybe in the next month.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No
welcome for joining, mate. So if
Thank
you want
you.
to introduce yourself just briefly, that would be brilliant to the group.
Well, I'm Lou. I live in Cyprus, which is beautiful. I've just come from the golf course, actually. That's why I was late.
Oh, lovely.
I'm sort of semi-retired. I'm semi-retired, so this is an interesting, exciting sort of challenge for me. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, but I'm excited by what's here.
Well,
brilliant, nice one. We're not jealous at all of the weather. You're getting good weather in Cyprus.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we used to bowl in Cyprus in the festival in Pathos.
Yeah,
well, that's where I am.
Been there now.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah, that's I've been involved with that because as a financial advisor, we sponsored events.
Ah, right.
I've been involved with the bowling. Are you still bowling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've just advertised it for next year. It's literally just flashed up on Facebook before we started this webinar saying next year at Athena Beach, Constantino, Athena Beach Hotel, the bowling's back on 27th of Feb to something of March. I was like, right.
See you next year.
Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Can we all come?
Of course.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll all get Crash Mark Ford. He's in, no, where's Mark Ford? Nicosia.
Nicosia.
Yeah. He's got an apartment over there. He's living over there full time now as well in Nicosia.
If you've got a spare bedroom, Lou, even better. You won't have to pay out.
I've actually got a spare house, but let's not talk about that. Great. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and nice to see you all. How many people are on this chat?
Whoever's here. 8. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. 13, yeah. 14.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it differs every week.
Of course.
A lot of people can't get on live, so it goes out as a recording into your emails anyway. So if you never can get on it live, you can always watch it and catch up.
We are going to go on live on YouTube. I'm glad you mentioned that, Lou, because we're going to do a live into the whole of YouTube with these recordings. So that'll be a good one.
So I think last week we spoke, didn't I? Have to be quick because we'll have to get going shortly. Yeah. I spoke about doing these live straight into the YouTube channel so that we can reach to a lot more people. And what I did instead of doing my research on that, I started putting the recorded webinars just from January out. And I've had loads of feedback. Do you remember we did the mindset one with Johan?
Yeah.
And so Johan was talking about but so many people come on talking about mindset, and I'm like, this is the problem. There's a lot of people with mindset issues at the moment, especially I think with COVID and all the lockdown. Lots of emails from people with problems. I see, oh gosh, I feel like I'm a counsellor. I'm trying to sort these people out. But we're all here about helping each other, and if somebody comes through off it, then all well and good. It's all come off free organic traffic from just watching one of our webinars.
So if you want to get to know us in the next half hour, just come on the In Focus call, Lou.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do we go to hop onto that one?
It's in the tribe.
It's in your dashboard, Claire. It's in your training calendar, and the link to Zoom is there. We're starting in about 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Don't share links though.
Don't share any links, Des.
No.
We're not allowed to promote other groups.
I copied it quickly last week, Des.
And well done, Chris, for getting on the 90 day as well.
Yes.
Well, I think today shows how much I've got to learn. I mean, it's pretty rubbish what I've done, and particularly yesterday. Yesterday was awful, but it was full of ums and ahs and goodness knows what else. But at least I made a start.
Yeah, I was going to say, how are you going to learn?
Listen,
It's all your fault. Everybody on there, you're all to blame for forcing me last week to do something. Yes, Steve, you can put your thumb up. You were giving me some grief.
I was, Chris, and well done for getting started, matey.
Yeah, it's very amateur, and I got a lot to learn. But
you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect first time. It just needs to be first time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I tried not to script it or anything like that. I tried just to waffle, which maybe is a bad thing to do. I don't know, but
it's all
the important thing is you've started.
Yeah, Saturday was okay, but yesterday's was pretty rubbish. So
I think Martin was going to say something.
Who cares?
Yeah, I'm just saying. You know, you can waffle on as long as you've got a theme. I think, or even sometimes you've got to get something out. You know, it's like, I mean, I've started my round 3 now because Friday was the funeral of my mother, and I've dedicated my success to her. And I said, right, I'm now going to theme every one of my videos, and it's a case of, right, you know, I'm going to talk about something that has meaning rather than just waffle.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, was it Deej just said, it's a case of you're out there now, so just keep doing it, and you get better at it, and that's it.
Nice one, Mark.
Yeah, I watched your videos with sympathy, and also Cullen doing his round 2. But he's theming what he's doing now as well. So
yes,
I'll learn from all that as I go along.
Cullen's great.
I just very quickly jump out because a few of you have asked what you wanted to do. Now we've written to you asking you, can you film some testimonials for you? So the easiest solution for it is, if you don't have to, just keep it short and sweet. If you can load it up onto YouTube unlisted, and then just send us the YouTube link. That's the easiest way of sharing it with us. And then it means I can link that into one of our convertory pages, nice and easy, and use it as a testimonial when we send out to any leads. So if anyone was wondering how to send it to us and was wanting to try and send it in emails, because I'm not sure it's Chris's, I couldn't open yours.
I tried to send just yesterday to you, and I also put it up as one of my videos.
I couldn't, it wouldn't let me open the file. So I think the easiest, if it's still on your phone.
Mine is on my phone.
Share it into your YouTube channel.
I don't have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I wouldn't know how to do that yet either. I put it on the 90-day challenge. Can you pull it off there?
Yeah.
No, I can't pull it off there because that's your content.
Well, cool, and you're going to need a YouTube channel anyway, so just start one.
Start one.
Yeah.
So when should I have this ready for you? What's the end date for this?
Is there any way? Sorry, I was going to say, is there any way of uploading it to Facebook and then you downloading it later, Steve? Can you do that?
Facebook are very awkward with things like that.
Yeah, YouTube's better.
Yeah.
I mean,
just if he hasn't got a YouTube channel, I thought that might be an alternative.
Yeah, you can do subscribe, but the thing is, if you're gonna advertise on YouTube, you're gonna need a YouTube channel. So there's no time like the present to get your YouTube channel set up.
This is why we've asked for testimonials, so you all open YouTube channels.
It's an accountability clue.
Is there a quick and easy way of sending it to you? I mean, is it too big to send on an email or something? Isn't it?
Most of them are.
You can only use oh god, what's the
unless you load it up to a cloud.
I was just going to say cloud, or what's the other one? Is it Vimeo?
Oh, Vimeo.
It's Vimeo, the other one.
You can share the link then, can't you?
Or open up a YouTube account.
Or Loom. Loom even is an option.
Claire's got the right idea. Just open a YouTube account.
Because you're going to need your YouTube anyway. And I thought it was good practice. Set your YouTube account up, download your first video, but unlisted, and then just give us the link. And honestly, if you can do it off, once you've got your account set up, I do it all the time. You go in on your phone, you click on the video, and it comes up with a little share thing at the bottom. You hit share, and you get all the different things you can share to. You just hit YouTube, and it takes you to hit the button, and it downloads it straight onto your channel. It's so quick and easy. But the hardest bit is getting your YouTube channel set up in the first place. But I mean, that's not difficult.
No, I've got mine.
I'll
I
give it a
keep
go.
putting it off. I keep putting it off, so this is going to make me do it. I'm gonna do it before Friday.
Yes.
Colin,
Do it before lunchtime.
Right, we're going to have to go, guys.
Right, we're going to have to go. We are live in the tribe in quarter of an hour.
Hopefully, I'll see a few of you in there.
Right.
See you tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye.
bye.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.